Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you the ultimate beginner's guide to the Strongest Battlegrounds. I'm not going to go too in-depth with all the characters and everything, so we're going to just scratch the surface for today. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what you're doing and how to play. But remember that practice makes perfect, so you won't get good by just watching this. You'll have to practice. Before we start, we'll have to manage your settings. Make sure you have auto activate on, as this will make it so that you'll just have to press the number keys. Auto run should be on, but in case it is not, please turn it on. Emote music and awakening music and fast mode is optional. Reduce camera shake is important to be on, as it will make your gameplay smoother in case your camera shakes. Blood is optional. The Strongest Battlegrounds, or TSB, is a really big game, so it will be quite laggy if the lag is too much for you. Like me, make sure to go to Roblox's settings and turn the graphics mode to 1, as this will reduce lag. So let's start with the basic controls. The most basic control will be punching. To punch, left click. This is known as an M1. On the fourth M1, the opponent will be knocked back and ragdolled. After a short amount of time, they will get up again. In that period of time, you can use some moves to damage the player in a combo. There are two other types of the fourth M1. One of them is the down slam. To down slam, do 3 M1s, and on the third one jump and M1 again. The second one is to do 3 M1s, and on the third one hold the spacebar and M1 again. This is called a mini uppercut. These two types of fourth M1s are really effective at setting up the enemy for a move. For example, after down slam you can do uppercut, and after mini uppercut you can do normal punch. A really important mechanism of the game is dashing. To front dash, either press Q by itself or Q and the W key. To side dash to the left, press Q plus A together, and to side dash to the right, press Q and D together. And finally, to back dash, press S and Q together. Dashing is really important because you can close the distance between your enemies to land a combo. So far in this video we have been talking about attacks and movement. That's all great, but how are you supposed to defend yourself? Well, press F to block. Some moves can't bypass block, like consecutive punches. Punches and mini uppercuts can't bypass block either. Down slam can bypass block. Moves like normal punch can bypass block. The moves that can bypass block are known as block breakers. If someone is blocking when you're trying to close the distance, try to curve your dash either with front dash or side dash. A crucial mechanism of TSB is the ragdoll cancel, also known as evasive. An evasive allows you to escape being ragdolled by dashing. To balance this OP mechanism, the cooldown is 30 seconds. That was a ragdoll cancel. You can also use evasive to punish your opponent if you see gaps in their combos like this. You can also bait out an evasive. This is important so you can land a combo without them escaping it. A special and really cool fourth M1 is the wall combo. Like the name suggests, it can only be done on walls or hard surfaces, which are trees, walls, fences, and even trash cans. Each character has a different wall combo, but I'll just show you Strongest Hero's wall combo. An ultra-special punching mechanism is the Black Flash. It comes from the popular anime Jujutsu Kaisen and is basically a supercritical punch. I 100% do not suggest trying to do this in a public server, as you will next to never be able to do it as a beginner. As you could see, to do a Black Flash you have to block an opponent's punch and counter-attack it straight away with another punch a couple of times. In a public server, no one will just let you do a Black Flash on them and will most likely use a block breaker to continue the fight.
As with about any Battlegrounds game, there is a special mode which you activate to become more powerful. In TESB, this is called an ultimate, or ULT for short. To get ULT, you need to fill up the ULT bar at the bottom. To fill it up, you have to deal 350 damage. Once it is full, press G to activate.
Ults do about for different things, the first thing being upon activation, there will be a huge AoE attack. All characters do this except for Strongest Hero, which just does a fist bump sort of thing. But his ult moves are basically all AoE attacks, so it doesn't matter. Another thing to consider about Strongest Hero is that it cannot regenerate damage taken while in ultimate until he does his ult move. Deadly Ninja also doesn't have an AoE attack at the start of his ult, but instead does a bunch of slashes. This is Hero Hunter's AoE attack, and the range is similar to the other characters. As you can see here, the second thing that ult does is it makes you faster than the average walking speed. The third thing ult does is that it gives powerful moves, like this one that can do massive amounts of damage. Fourthly, it heals all the health you had before you activated ult. TSB has a lot of characters, and choosing one might be a bit daunting. But out of all of them, I suggest that you should pick Hero Hunter. I believe this because all of Hero Hunter's moves are close range, so this will train you to have good movement to close the distance to get a good combo on your opponent. Unlike other characters, which will teach you to hit and run, which won't make you good at all.
Every character has a passive ability, and I'll show you them really quickly.
The Strongest Hero's passive is that he only needs to do 200% of damage instead of the regular 350. Hero Hunter's passive is that upon finishing someone with a move he will regain some damage taken. All his moves regain different amounts of health, but Praise Peril regains the most. Destructive Cyborg's passive is that upon finishing someone with a move he'll regain all of his moves back. Deadly Ninja's passive is that upon finishing an opponent with a move he'll gain 3 side dash that he can use with no cooldown. Brutal Demon's passive is that he gains around 50% of your opponent's ultimate bar your opponent gained from you. Blade Master's passive is that upon finishing someone with a move your sword will temporarily be on fire. This increases your 4-in-1 combo to deal around 20% health. Wild Psychic's passive is that upon finishing someone with a move they will gain a shield that will protect them from most attacks only once. Martial Artist doesn't have a passive ability yet, but will most likely have one in the next update. Because I'm not going too in-depth in this guide, it will have to end here sadly. Now you can play this game with hopefully more knowledge of how to play. Remember that playing the game is the best practice you can get.